there. As you can see, we were just reading an article about the Industrial Revolution. Did you know that the most notable place of the Industrial Revolution was in Manchester, England?
Probably not.
The Industrial Revolution began around the 1700s and ended in 1914. It was the beginning of mass production of machine-made goods in England, which had an everlasting effect on our world today.
So how did the Industrial Revolution start? Well, it all started in the rural area when wealthy landowners began buying out small farms. The landowners began improving farming techniques, which in turn led to large crop intakes. This led to the Agricultural Revolution. The former farm owners either moved to the city or were forced to become tenant farmers.
One example of a new farming technique is the process of crop rotation. One year, a farmer may plant wheat that exhausted soil nutrients and then plant a root crop such as turnips to restore the nutrients that wheat absorbed the year prior. Another example would be breeding only the best of the flock with each other. As the food supply increased, so did the population. More food, more people. And the demand for more clothes and personal items increased. As many former farmers lost their farms, they moved to the city and became factory workers.
As you may know, many farmers actually moved to the city to become factory workers.
The need for more goods and the surplus of unemployed people amounted to the building of more factories. Business owners began investing in new inventions to maximize production. These inventions revolutionized the industry. The textile industry began to grow as more machines were being built. The process in which spinners and weavers made clothes became faster, which led to clothes merchants receiving more profit. But even though the machines were faster, they were not safer. Working conditions became dangerous.
This was the first industry to be transformed.
The causes of the Industrial Revolution were like a chain reaction. One thing led to another.
The Industrial Revolution was caused by a growing population that demanded more mass-produced goods. However, this wouldn't be possible without Britain's strong and wealthy government and the discovery of new sources of energy, such as water power, coal, and steam engines.
So how do you get to school? In fact, we have public schools because of the Industrial Revolution.
In order to keep younger children from working in dangerous environments, child labor laws were introduced. But where would all those children go during the day if not work? The government introduced public schooling as an answer to that. For those old enough to keep working in the factories, minimum wage was set and safety laws were introduced to keep workers alive with enough money to keep their family stable. Others include the rise of factory numbers, changes in transportation, new methods of production, urbanization, growth of reform movements, middle class became larger, and people's revolts.
When the people revolted about low wages, unsafe working environments, and children working in these environments, the government issued reforms that companies had to follow.
For example, in California, child labor laws prohibit children under the age of 16 from working jobs. These were implemented and these children were placed in public schools. Minimum wages were set at $9 an hour so workers can provide for their families, resulting again in the rise of middle-class families who can work their way up in companies and get paid more. Health codes and building codes provided healthcare benefits as well as safer working environments, allowing workers to produce more goods with less worrying about serious injuries or death.
The Industrial Revolution started in Manchester, England. This led to more factories, jobs, and safer working environments. Without the Industrial Revolution, we wouldn't have school or even cars to get to school. The Industrial Revolution affects us in every way.